Well, we've got some severe weather in the southern parts of the U.S. this week as spring is kind of on hiatus here across the central U.S. We'll tell you where we can expect those storms to develop and what kind. So there are two features that we're watching here in the west that are going to be creating the weather that we'll be seeing in the south central U.S. We've got a wave here in the upper levels of the atmosphere out ahead of a main upper level low that is moving across Utah. Another one of these puddles of cold air. We sort of have splinters of cold moving across North America, creating some storms. And below normal temperatures, the jet stream continues to be well to the south here. And this is where really the weather is going to be focused over the next few days as far as severe weather goes. North of that, abnormally cool for this time of year. These are forecast temperature anomalies or difference from normal through the week, and basically the entire central U.S. below normal temperatures here through the next several days, with the warmer than normal conditions really confined to the west coast and then into eastern Canada. That means all the energy for storms, which is a combination of temperature and humidity, all confined to Texas and Louisiana and the Gulf states. So more like a February or March scenario for severe weather, where it's confined well to the south rather than where you'd expect it to be at this point, more into the plains as we see this cool pattern. So severe weather outlook today, slight risk for central Texas. There is the risk of some tornadoes, though the tornadic risk today and tomorrow, much like last week, is not widespread. But more we're looking for a few discrete supercells to develop potentially. And then an enhanced risk, a little bit better risk of severe weather tomorrow, but it's primarily a wind threat we're watching. Could see some high wind gusts, but again, some of those storms initially could produce some more organized supercellular storms. So we're watching that upper level low. That's what this spin is, or vorticity in the atmosphere, tells us that there's upward motion in the atmosphere. So this will be creating the weather tomorrow. Pretty potent little upper level low. But that first wave that comes through late today will also be creating some weather. So the significant tornado parameter, again, not super impressive, but it's there for central Texas. And then tomorrow shifts to a very small area of east central Texas, but higher numbers. So tomorrow might look a little bit better for potential for tornadoes, but over a pretty small area geographically. And then we are looking at for eastern Texas, some high wind gusts. You can see some yellow and red specks there. Those are those potential wind gusts over the 60 to 70 mile per hour range. So storms developing in the west part of Texas and through central Texas late today into tonight. And then tomorrow we'll watch for, again, some discrete cells initially to erupt and then become a line that produces those strong straight line winds potentially. And then beyond that, as we head into the end of the week and the weekend, we're still in this upper level pattern that is a trough or upper level lows that are just kind of stuck here in the central U.S. Keeps things unusually cool for this time of year, and also keeps really the bulk of the severe weather well to the south. This is looking at forecast temperature anomalies for the weekend. Big blob of cold here in the central U.S. So again, most weather will be south and east of that for the time being.